Bienvenue, welcome to the Université de Saint-Boniface East Gym. Nous reconnaissons être réunis sur le territoire visé par le traité numéro 1, ainsi que sur les territoires traditionnels des peuples Anishinaabe, Cri et Dakota, et de la patrie de la nation métisse, née de la rencontre entre les Premières Nations et les Canadiens français. Ce soir, pour notre prochain match de basketball de la saison régulière MCAC, nous accueillons les Blazers de CMU qui vont affronter les Rouges de l'USP. Voici la rotation débutante. Here is the starting lineup for the visiting CMU Blazers. Number 5, Darian Castaneda. Number 6, Lance Catapon. Number 7, Braden Fernandez. Number 8, Daniel Cameron. And number 10, Isaiah Lorraine. L'entraîneur en chef des Blazers head coach is Scott Martin. The assistant coaches are Joel Femin and Riley Smith. Et maintenant, voici la rotation débutante pour les Rouges. Guard de première année, mesurant 7 pieds 6, de l'école secondaire Churchill, le numéro 2, TJ Caputo. Guard de première année, mesurant 6 pieds, de l'école secondaire Sizzler, le numéro 6, LeBron Sarmiento. Guard de deuxième année, mesurant 5 pieds 6, de l'école secondaire Kelvin, le numéro 20, Bryson Manalo. Ford de deuxième année, mesurant 6 pieds 3 du collège Winnipeg, le numéro 11, Russell Mona. Et Ford de première année, mesurant 6 pieds 6, de Yaoundé au Cameroun, le numéro 22, Jean-Daniel Segoué. L'entraîneur en chef des Rouges est Michael Francisco. Les entraîneurs adjoints sont Buki Nkada, Jonathan Solones, et Antonio Fiorentino.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's matchup between the Rouges de l'USP and the Blazers of CMU. My name is Noah. I will be your commentator here today. I'll be joined periodically by James here in the booth as well. This is the second match of 2 consecutive home games against the Blazers. Last night, the Rouges lost to the Blazers 88-57, and they'll look to turn their first fortunes here. Jump ball between Nzekwe and Cameron, and won by Cameron. Blazers started off. Here's Fernandez getting his first touch. He was extremely efficient last night. 9 of 11 from the field, including 8 of 10 from 3. He had himself a great game, and they're going to call a reaching foul on Mboda. Last night, the Rouges struggled a little bit from the field, and a three-pointer there. Nice start to this game for Isaiah Araya. He didn't make a three last night, but starts the game and the scoring here with a three-pointer to begin this contest. Here is Sarmiento over to Manello. A little bit of confusion on the starting lineup. Gibbons was standing up or sitting down, and Mboda tries to answer, he misses. Sarmiento fights for the rebound, he gets it, but that's going to be a backcourt back-over violation. A little bit of confusion with the starting lineups. Manello was in the reserves area with Gibbons sitting on the bench, waiting to be called in, and I guess head coach of Les Rouges. Put the wrong name down on the starting lineup, so a little bit of confusion there. Guarded up top here is Castaneda, and he drives right by Capuno, and he scores the layup. This Blazers team is talented, very deep, have scorers all over the roster. They ran 9, 10, 11, 12 deep last night. Everyone putting up at least 3 shot attempts. Missed by Capuno, and Zakwe gets the rebound. Trying to post up, he can't get it. Rebounded by Cameron. Cameron's a feisty player, had a few warnings, a technical last night as well. He loves to be involved, very physical player. You need those type of athletes on your team. And here's Araya over to Fernandez. Hasn't taken a shot yet, but he drives, gets right by Sarmiento, throws up the righty, and he scores. Nice finish by Fernandez over Sarmiento, and a lazy pass from Capuno ends up in the hands of Cameron. Cameron dishes it out to Araya. Kickball violation called against Les Rouges. So Blazers more of the same. They lead 7-0 in the start of this game here. Cameron back to Fernandez. Fernandez guarded by Sarmiento. Gets it out to Araya. Araya inside the post to Cameron, guarded heavily by Nzekwe, and a tight foul call against Nzekwe there. A little ticky-tacky if you ask me, but as long as the officials are consistent, I have no care in the world how they officiate the game, as long as they officiate consistently, and these officials that they have in the conference of the Manitoba Collegiate Association Conference, they're some of the best here, and they're quite elite at what they do. Anyways, I digress. Back to the game. On the dribble is Castaneda, guarded by Manello. Castaneda spins, he tries to feed inside to the cutting Cameroon, and it's unable to get there and connect. And a full court press being shown by the Blazers. And we'll get some substitutions as Capuno exits the game in favor of Laurel. Nzekwe, nice reverse move. Good finish there from Nzekwe, getting the first 2 points for Les Rouges. Here's Araya, guarded by Mboda. Araya over to Fernandez, yet to take a shot. Down to Cameron. Cameron gonna attack the post against Nzekwe. Had the low lift, but a little off on the position of that shot. Manello quickly across the timeline, guarded tightly by the Blazers, and they are able to steal it. Fernandez, and able to generate a foul call against Les Rouges. And here we're joined by James. James, how's it going tonight?
Very good. I just wanted to comment real quick. It looks like USB is taking on the strategy that you talked about last night. Let's foul early and often and get CMU to that foul line. They did not shoot well at the free throw line yesterday, did they, Noah?
No, that certainly was the biggest flaw in the Blazers' offensive game. They shot 61% from the field, 52% beyond the arc, but only 46% from the free throw line. So I jokingly suggested yesterday that they should foul early and often, and maybe the coaching staff rewatched the video and thought, you know, a little more aggressive defense probably can't hurt, and we'll see what happens here. Les Rouges across the timeline, and Boda going for the drive. He lifts up and picks up his dribble and causes a live ball turnover, and a layup is scored for number 6 of the Blazers, Catapon. And Boda, one of the cardinal sins, you don't want to leave your feet, because when you leave your feet here, you have to make a pass. And if you don't know where the ball was going, there's inside to Cameron. Catapon with the jumpers, no good, rebounded by Sarmiento. Sarmiento out to Laurel. Laurel moves it around, down to Mboda, back to Laurel, guarded by Fernandez. Laurel uses the screen set by Nzekwe, he kicks it out. Sarmiento is wide open, can he connect? No, he shoots that one a little long. Going coast to coast is Catapon, he finds Araya for 3, Araya misses it. And a foul called against Cameron down low as him and Nzekwe were jockeying for position. So these refs are calling this game a lot tighter than last night's game, which again, like I said, keep it consistent. As long as everyone knows what's going to be called a foul during the game, that's fine. It's more about making sure that things are called consistently. Here's Sarmiento up the court. Guarded tightly by, this is number 1, Lisan, checking into this ball game. Sarmiento, pull-up jumper's no good. Oh, and a little miscommunication there between Tuyati and Lisan. Tuyati, the super abled and absolute incredible vision he has. Sometimes we'll see things his teammates won't see, and if Lisan just cut towards the basket, he would have had a free 2 points. Around the perimeter, 3-point shot for Fedorchuk. And Fedorchuk bangs the 3 and welcomes himself to this ball game. So the Blazers up quickly, 12-2 here in the first 5 minutes of this game. Laurel guarded tightly over to Nzekwe. Nzekwe drives, he puts it up. Rebounded by Lisan. Here comes Lisan, surveying his option, feeds it down low for Tomberly. Tomberly dribbles, he's positioned against Gibbons, and he's able to generate a little bit of body contact, get Gibbons off of his spot, and has an open layup. 14-2 for the Blazers. Here's Manello. Over to Laurel. Laurel across to Nzekwe, who's hanging out around the 3-point line despite his 6'8" size from Cameroon. Laurel could have probably shot that and got a free throw foul, but instead elects to pass to Gibbons, and Gibbons hits a nice little mid-range jumper. And despite his size, Gibbons is quite good at those little mid-range jumpers. Nice little clean stroke, and able to connect quite often, given that nice nothing but net feel. And a nice little play there from the Blazers as Fedorchuk set a down screen, allowing Tuyati to get open, but he missed the wide open 3. Over to Sarmiento, who pulls the trigger. And that's no good, but rebounded by Nzekwe. No, tapped out into Gibbons' hands. Sarmiento spins, tries to get it down to the cutting Manello, and that one is missed. Oh, and a nice finish there, and one. Milan Tomberly able to get Nzekwe up and jump it, and scores the layup and the 1, and will have an opportunity to complete a 3-point play here to extend the lead to 13 here in the early onsets of this game. And he converts. Tomberly didn't make a free throw yesterday, went 0 for 2 from the line, converts on his first attempt here tonight, so that's good. And I do assume, I did speak on this yesterday, that considering the high efficiency of this Blazers offense, I did not actually realistically believe that from the free throw line they would struggle again today, and so far they have kind of turned it around. We'll see how the rest of the game goes. Gibbons tries his luck at a 3 and is no good. They're shooting 100% from the free throw line so far here tonight. Here's Tugati, guarded by Gibbons. This is a mismatch. And yeah, he quickly gets around. Nice find, but the missed layup there from Tomberly. But that's not a miss. That's not a matchup Les Rouges won. Is Gibbons out on the perimeter on Tugati. And foul called against the Blazers. And La Chance will have 2 opportunities at the free throw line. Unsuccessful on the first was La Chance. And misses the second, but the rebound ends up in the hands of Laurel. A long rebound on that free throw attempt. Here's Capuno. bit of an issue with the shot clock there. Should be at 14 off of the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. And a full line substitution for the Blazers, which we knew they were going to do that. They're a deep team, all 12 players playing well yesterday, and certainly they'll continue to get their opportunities here tonight. Leading the way was Fernandez, if you were with us last night, but Lassonde, Tomberly, Goring, all put nice nights together, and Cameron as well, who was perfect from the field, 4 of 4. So a lot of scoring from these teams. They can score from all angles. And as the shot clock expired, Capuno tries to get it up, and that'll be a shot clock violation that did not touch the rim. 2:56 remaining here in the first. Here's Cameron, who goes up and scores on Gibbons. Able to establish his position down low and go right through the contact of Gibbons. Daniel Cameron with a nice finish. He was 4 of 4 from the field and also 4 of 4 from the free throw line with 3 rebounds. A total of 12 points, so effective player he was for the Blazers last night. That free throw, but rebounded by the Blazers, and I feel partly responsible for that miss after talking about his perfect score. And here's Fernandez, first shot of the night, and he drains the 3. 22-4 CMU. Cameron was actually named Athlete of the Week last week. He was the 4th-year forward for the Blazers. He was a point away from back-to-back double-doubles in their 2 matches against Providence, which they came up with 2 victories. And a nice finish there from Michael. And when you talk to head coach Scott Martin, he loves to see the development and the maturity expand in Cameron's game. He's a 4th-year player now, and head coach Scott Martin really says that he's the backbone of this team. As a nice jumper falls for Catapon. But he's the backbone of this team, and sometimes you have the high-flying, the high-scoring Fernandez, and you have Lassonde, who's been putting up good numbers, averaging 17 points per game in the first 3 games of the season. But sometimes you need those gritty, those fighting, and Cameron finishes inside that get those rebounds and fight down low and get the box outs. And sometimes it's the unnoticed things that get him the victories. And Daniel Cameron, as head coach Scott Martin said, he has, and that's why he earned Athlete of the Week. And here's Capuno. Jumper, no good, rebounded by Cameron. Cameron trying to get it across. Capuno being pesky. Fernandez tries to feed it Cameron, and it goes right past Cameron inside, and it gets to Braden Fernandez. Deschamps is bringing it across, so 28-6 here. And a big block by Daniel Cameron. He's going to bring it coast to coast. He finds Fernandez in the corner, who hesitates with Kone on him. They got a mismatch here. Cameron with Capuno. A nice find across. He feeds it over to Wilms. He gets it down low. 9 seconds. They take the jump shot, and that's good. Just high efficiency offense here from the Blazers. Catapon with the mid-range jumper. Good basketball IQ all around. Moving that ball, moving the rock, and taking good shots. Well done by the Blazers in the first frame here tonight. Here's Michael. Stolen by the Blazers. They'll have 10 seconds. Let's see what they can do. Just a little shift of the eyes, and the scoop and score for Goring. Continues his perfect time here at USB, now 4 for 4. Capuno is given a wide open shot, and he misses it as the shot clock expires. So more of the same from last night. A dominating start from the Blazers, 32-6 in this opening frame. Les Rouges will need to rebound here and settle in and figure out how they are going to defend against this incredible Blazers attack. We'll catch you after this break. And a crazy efficient quarter there for the Blazers. Great ball movement, great shooting. 70% from the field, 50% from three. Still only 50% from the free throw line, so maybe Hack-a-Shack is the way to go because these Blazers are cooking. They are blazing, and they just don't miss. Inside to Laurel, guarded by Araya. And a travel is called, yep. As Laurel tried to get a little bit extra space against Araya. His body. And the problem Les Rouges face is it's not like it's one player for the Blazers that are just taking care of business. Mid-range jump shot's no good. Tipped out to Clisson. The three-point shot is no good. Rebounded by Tomberly. Tomberly gets inside and one! Milan Tomberly fighting for that offensive rebound, picks it up, gets Michael in the air, and says, hello, Air Jordan, I'm going to finish this one for the three-point play. But like I was saying, it's not like it's one individual player for the Blazers who are shooting the lights out here tonight or dominating from an offensive standpoint. They have such great ball movement that guys are always finding a way to be open. And when you can shoot it at such a high clip and you can get open shots, offensive outbursts of 32 points in a 10-minute quarter are going to happen. 32 points is a lot of points in a 10-minute quarter. Nice pickup there on the baseline feed. Araya maintains possession. He misses Tomberly down low. Tomberly gets the ball. He's posted up against Nzekwe. He's trying to get to work here, doing his Tim Duncan impression. Spins, rotates, hook shot, no good there. And driving down is Sarmiento, and he adds 2 points to the board. The second quarter has a little bit more up and down. And a drive by Castaneda. And a foul by Manello. Will earn 2 free throw opportunities for Castaneda. Castaneda goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line, so maybe sending him to the line could help. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Here's Manello. He's driving inside. And a big rejection inside from big man Fedorchuk, who says, hey, no way you're scoring that on my end of the floor. Here's Nzekwe. Double comes, trying to feed inside the cutting Mboda. Good idea, but just a tad late. Doubled here. Able to evade the double. Now they're going to get an open shot for Araya. He misses it. Rebounded nicely by Tomberly. You can hear the communication from this Blazers squad. Every single player is alerting when they are open. They talk, they communicate, and guys are unselfish and move the ball. Here's Kone. Screen set by LeBron Sarmiento. Kone, drive, hesitate, gets it to Nzekwe. Fadeaway jumper for Nzekwe, that's good. Nice little fadeaway from Nzekwe. The 6'8" forward slash center from Cameroon. Here's Lassonde. Turns it off, gets it back. Lassonde for three. That's no good. And that foul is called against Tomberly on the rebound, a pushing foul. So, you know, we've seen a little bit more misses here in this second quarter. We're 2.5 minutes in, and they've only scored 3 points, but a timeout is called. And the Rouges are winning this quarter, 4-3. We'll see you after the break. And the Rouges inbounding here, 35-10. Press out of the timeout by the Blazers. Deflected off the Blazers. 21 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Seconds to get it across the timeline. You could hear coaching staff of Les Rouges letting the players know. Down to Nzekwe, out to Sarmiento. Nice little press break here. Mboda hesitates, and Mboda scores. Well done there by Les Rouges, getting out of that press break with limited time especially. And a foul called against Kone. Was our defensive player of the game last night. He was brought that intensity for Les Rouges. 4 steals. And here's Araya driving by Sarmiento, trying to shake a mid-range jumper. Haven't seen a lot of that from the Blazers, those forced mid-one-on-one shot opportunities, but Araya, he's efficient. Maybe he's earned the privilege to do so. Here's Manello, double screen set by Mboda and Nzekwe. Kicked out to Mboda, the pass a little too high. Mboda's going to attack Araya. And here comes the help from the Blazers. And picked up nicely here as they go into the fast break opportunity. 3-point shot for Casteda is good. Nice three-point shot from Casteda. Quickly out to Mboda, down to Nzekwe. Nzekwe's going to attack Cameron. Go up with the lefty shot, and that one is good. So the pace has certainly picked up here in the second quarter. Dribbled off the foot of Lusan, but somehow ends up back in the hands of the Blazers. Mid-range jumper pulled, and a good shot there by George Fedorchak. And an inbounding violation against Les Rouges. Fedorchak again, and Fedorchak connects once again. So Fedorchak's having himself a quite efficient night with those mid-range jumpers, and the press remains on for the Blazers. Into Manello, over to Kone. Kone spins, double team is coming, but quickly retracted. Nice find inside, but too hot to handle, picked up by Daniel Cameron. Here comes the Blazers, no look pass across, and a foul called against Manello. Manello, press kind of sagged off just a tad after the Rouge had broken through it a few times. Screen set by Nzekwe. Manello attacking, fadeaway jumper, and that's tight. Nice shot there by Manello. Araya over to Lassane. Lassane guarded by Lachance. Advantage Lassane on this one, especially out towards the key. Fedorchak takes that mid-range jumper, is no good on that one. And here's Manello bringing it across the timeline. Screen set by Nzekwe. Manello surveying his options. Hesitation pull. I don't know if that's what you want out of Nzekwe. He's a big frame. You'd love to see him get down a little lower than that. Three-point shot is good. On transition, three there for Lassane. Assisted by number 8, Daniel Cameron. And a foul called against Araya. As he attempted to get the steal on that inbound. Inbounded to Nzekwe. Over to Sarmiento. Nice finish there from LeBron Sarmiento. Filling the alley layup. Three-point shot. It's good. Checking in for the first time is number 24, Theo Nsiku, who got some grade last night for his undershirt. And when we did a little bit of research, it's because he had sleeve on one side and no sleeve on the other. And he didn't come out with that tonight, and that looks like that'll be offensive. It is. Just bringing down his shoulder just a tad. And the officials will call that every time. As soon as you start to look like a running back as opposed to a basketball player, they will call that foul on the offensive team. They break the press there. Here's Lachance going up for the layup and scores. Three-point attempt. It's good. The three-pointers, we're shaking our head here in the booth. It's ridiculous. They should want to play every game here at USB because something about the backdrop in here just works well for these Blazers and the three-point shooting, because their hot shooting continues. And a foul called against the Blazers. Number 3, Marco Goring. Inbounded to Laurel, guarded by Tugeti. Nzekwe coming to set a screen. Laurel works around it. He gets it to Lachance, three-point attempt. And that's good for Lachance. Nice little find there by Laurel off the down screen. Able to find Lachance, who slips up to the top. This defender gets lost in the sauce, and he hits the wide open three. Fedorchuk drive inside, and some contact on the body is called. And Fedorchuk earns himself another 2 free throws here today. So the second quarter a little bit closer in terms of scoring. The Blazers lead the second quarter 20-17. 20-17. So a much closer second quarter in terms of scoring. The Les Rouges have picked up the intensity. The pace of the game has gotten a lot quicker too, and I believe that's beneficial for Les Rouges because they're having a hard time creating in the offensive zone. So when the ball is scored early in the shot clock, it's in transition, it's off of broken defenses. As Nzekwe drives inside, finds a wide open Lachance, who takes the three. No good. Kone rebounds and hits the side of the backboard there. And chaos inside, kickball called against Les Rouges. Surprised there wasn't a foul called, to be honest, there, as Kone came around the back and ended up on the back of the defender, or on the Blazers player. And lost there. And finds Nzekwe, and Nzekwe dunks it down, our first dunk of the game. An inadvertent whistle from the scorer's table. Ends up in the hands of Cameron. Out for three, and that's good. Three-pointer made there by Goring. Manello uses the screen set by Nzekwe, dishes it out to Laurel. Laurel takes that shot, and he hits it. So a little bit more ball movement from Les Rouges, and the rewards are starting to pay off. This is a lot better of a second quarter here from Les Rouges. Despite the big deficit, they're moving the ball around a lot more. They're getting into good habits. Nice spin move by Cameron. Lefty jump shot. It hangs for the rim for a second or two, but ultimately tips over. And here is Manello. Manello guarded by Nseku. Lachance. And good help defense from Nseku came from the baseline and rejected that one. I would love to see Lachance just pick up his dribble right about there, force Cameron to make a decision to either commit to him or to Nzekwe, because he had an easy lefty bounce path to Nzekwe to lead to a wide open dunk. But Les Rouges trail 55-28 with 2 minutes left in the second quarter after this short break. In the second, 55-28. And looking to add more here with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in half. Les Rouges trying to chip away. Kone with a nice little finish there. One of the negatives of the MCAC League before, basketball is just a limited quantity of teams, only 3 teams. So, you know, these guys have not played as many games. This is the 4th conference game for the Blazers this year. They're about to be 4-0, but when you compare them on a national level in the total CCAA, they won't get any recognition in the national rankings. They just don't play the same amount of games. Number 1 in the nation right now is Humber, and Humber has played in 8 games already. They're 7-1, scoring 85 points per game. And this Blazers team certainly putting on a statement here tonight, trying to show those rankers, the people making the rankings, that they belong in the top 10, top 15. And I certainly believe they do, based off the quality of this squad. But the lead is only 25, so lots of game time. And the Rouges have picked up a lot of good plays here and good habits in this second quarter, getting wide open shots. It's been much better for them here today. Mid-range jumper is no good, picked up by Nzekwe. Here's Manello. Manello is guarded by Tugati. Screen set by Nzekwe. Kind of a light screen. Manello's triple team. Gets it to Nzekwe, spin move, left-handed finish. And I like that from Jean-Daniel Nzekwe. I'd like to see more of that action, the pick and roll, finding him as he rolls down. Utilizing his length and his size down low, because you know he has some stuff you can't teach. A big wingspan, a nice finishing ability for a guy his size. Just would like to see him only take shots within the key. I don't want to see Nzekwe taking any shots outside the key, because I think that's a disservice to his game, his level inside. And a foul called, and 2 shots will be given to Catapon. He misses the first. And he misses the second, so their free throw percentage will dip down below 50%, and their 3-point percentage will remain at 55% on the half. I almost wonder if the Blazers coaching staff would prefer if their team shot the free throws from beyond the 3-point line. They would hit it at a higher percentage. And here's Catapon again going to the line as the Blazers are in the bonus, as well as they do, so fouls the remaining 41 seconds here will send both teams to the free throw lines. Catapon hits the first. Catapon hits the second. There you go. Makes me eat my words. Is Lance Catapon. Here's Manello guarded tightly by Tugeta. Great defense by Tugeta. And Boda pulls the 3. No good. Rebounded by Tugeta. Smallest guy in the court. He pushes it. He's looking for the pass. It's not there. And then he feeds it out to Wilms. And then that shot by Catapon is good. It's a great decision making there by Kaden Tugeta. He's an incredible basketball player. Watching his vision is absolutely incredible. It's a good lesson for all players. 3-point attempt by Laurel is no good, and that hits the top of the string that helps pull down the net and pull it back up, the cord, the rope, whatever you want to call it, the extension. With 2.7 seconds, the clock hasn't started, and the official will blow it dead because the clock didn't start at the scorer's table. Now they let it run, and now the half has ended. Much better second quarter for your Rouges de l'USB, but the Blazers lead 59-32 off of a very efficient and high-scoring first half from George Fedorchuk, who had 9 points. Daniel Cameron leads the way with 6 rebounds for CMU. And les Rouges are leading on Jean-Daniel Nzekwe, who's 5 for 7 with 10 points and 7 rebounds. But they trail by 27 here. We'll see you after this halftime break as both teams replenish with fuel and food and a coach's meeting. And my producer's telling me to hurry up. We'll see you after the break.
Súbete a la máquina, esta mañana nos vemos. No riesgo, no. Con todo, baby, que se prenda el baile. Yeah, yeah. Sé que me hace todo, baby, no lo puedo negar. Yeah. Sé que quieres que yo sea tu mujer. Que has probado y no te busqué. Lo que yo tengo no lo quieres perder.
Yo, I'm still here. This ain't over yet. You know what I'm saying? It's who I am. Let's go. Cause I'm a warrior. That's right. Yeah, I'm a warrior. Right. I'm a warrior. Yeah. Yo, I'm coming at you like an avalanche. Part machine, I've never lost a battle that I've had. Body armor like a soldier, I'm a champion. I'm the greatest thing to step out since the earth begun. Raise my fist to show my haters that I'm never going. Just as long as I keep breathing and my blood is flowing. The fire in my belly ain't a women's destiny. The time is now to take my chances, so come on and follow me. Yeah, I'm a warrior. That's right. Cause I'm a warrior. I can't be nothing less. Yeah, I'm a warrior. Let's go. Look, keep me steady on my feet cause I will never drop. All this sweat and all this pain will never make me stop. I got my dreams in my palm, I gotta hold them tight. I know my future's in good hands, I know my future's bright. I climb the ladder with my strength, I'm growing tall. Words will never hurt me when they try to make me fall. It's impossible to fail when you're already invincible. So come on, test me, I'm the greatest of them all. Come on. This the anthem for everybody who know that they was born to be a fighter. 100% nothing less. Let's go. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. Cause I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. That's who I am. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. Cause I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. Yeah, I'm a warrior. Take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Standing up tall. We gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners would never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We're gonna take on the world.
half action here. Good ball movement by the Blazers. A push off called. The first possession for the Blazers. It's Castaneda. Here's Laurel. Laurel using the screen of Nzekwe, pops the three, and he connects. The first bucket of the game, or the second half, goes to the way of the Rouges and Ian Laurel. Here's Araya. Screen set by Cameron. Over to Castaneda. Over to Catapon. Catapon over to Araya. Drop step. Goes up. Gets it back to Catapon. Mid-range jumper. No good. Rebounded by Araya over Laurel. And a foul called against Nzekwe. Like every single player in the history of sport is displeased with the call. Catapon hits the first. And this is the second. Kone struggles with the rebound, but ultimately he ends up with it in favor of Araya. Here's Kone. Gets it to Mboda, over to Laurel. Over to Kone. Shot clock beginning to expire. He tries to find Nzekwe, he can't. So it goes to Cameron. Cameron bringing it up with the lefty dribble. Dishes it off to Fernandez, and a nice block there from Nzekwe against Fernandez. Over to Araya, corner three, no good. Cameron gets that rebound, high pointing it over Nzekwe. Tries to get the lefty finish, that's no good. Second attempt is no good. They're still fighting for it down low. 0 for 2 on those two possessions there from Cameron. Fighting for that ball. Here's Manello, screen set by Nzekwe. It was poked temporarily by Castaneda. Nzekwe regains possession. Active hands here from the Blazers. Here's Mboda. Clock expiring. Manello jump shot. No good on that one. Rebounded by Catapon. Over to Fernandez. To the corner of Castaneda. Castaneda over to Araya. Fernandez down opposed to Cameron. Cameron sets a screen for Fernandez, who drops it off to Cameron. Nice play there by the Blazers. A little pick and roll. Effective scoring, assisted by Fernandez, and scored by Cameron. There's Manello, guarded by Castaneda. The pressure gets to him, and a high ball turnover, but then the Blazers turn it over themselves. And Laurel loses it, hands it right off to Castaneda, and he goes up and he scores. Sarmiento, kickball violation called against Araya. And we have some substitutions for Les Rouges. Capuno enters into the game, as well as for the Blazers, as Lassonde enters into the game in place of number 5 Castaneda. Sarmiento inbounds it to Mboda. Mboda surveys his options. sets a screen. You can hear the entire CMU bench screaming, there's a screen. Sarmiento gets an open three, and that's way off, but Mboda is the benefit as he catches the rebound and is in prime position to go for the layup and gets fouled, so he'll have 2 shots here at the line. Friendly roll there for Mboda as he gets the first. And he hits the second. So Mboda goes 2 for 2 there. Here's Fernandez, guarded by Sarmiento. Araya takes the shot, and he connects. His foot was on the line. I had a clear view of that, and good call by the official. He scored the 2-pointer, and Zakwe all the way. He doesn't score. We have some additional substitutions. Pass from Sarmiento ends up right in the hands of Araya, who goes all the way, and he scores over in Zakwe. Inbounded to Sarmiento. Sarmiento back to Mboda. Over to Capuno. Capuno's guarded by Fernandez, screen set by Nzekwe. Laurel hesitates. Nzekwe tries to get it back to Laurel. And as he shot, the hands were caught in the cookie jar for Tomberly. And Laurel has earned himself 2 opportunities at the free throw line. Hits the first. So the Rouges are up to 38 points. So much better offensive performance after that first quarter when they only scored 6. They've scored 32 in the next quarter and a half, so they've done quite well to regroup a little bit there. But the Blazers have just maintained the pace and kept the pressure on. And a timeout called by USB. The Blazers lead 68-39. After that timeout here, the Blazers will inbound. Yeah, Hassan, Fedorchuk, Goring, and Sekou, and Tomberly out on the floor. The Rouges have Capuno, Sarmiento, and Zakwe, and Boda, and Laurel. 3-point opportunity for Nseku's no good. And a foul on the floor against Fedorchuk. Full court press here from the Blazers. Laurel's going to try and beat that himself. Lost ball. I guess they gave a foul there to the Blazers. Here's Capuno on the drive. No good on that shot. Rebounded by Tomberly. Fedorchuk drives, tries for the reverse, can't get it. And Zakwe rebounds. And Capuno out to the front court. Sarmiento drives. Capuno. Sarmiento over to Mboda. Mboda drives, and it's ripped away by Fedorchuk. Fedorchuk trapped a bit there, ends up in the hands of Laurel, but temporarily back into the hands of Lassonde. He tries to feed it inside. And Tomberly may have connected inadvertently with Sarmiento, who hits the deck. Capuno guarded by Lassonde. And Zakwe attacking. Ball's ripped. And a foul is called down below. And that's 5 on CMU. They've been aggressive here. It is the bonus. I don't know if les Rouges are aware of that, but the Blazers have been aggressive in the first 6 minutes of this third quarter. Already in the bonus are les Rouges. And Zakwe, no good on the first. And no good on the second. Blazers lead here by 31, 70 to 39. 3 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Here's Fedorchuk. And Capuno gets his hand underneath Fedorchuk. And that'll be a foul against Capuno. 2 free throws upcoming. Oh no, apologies, no, a foul called on two. Fed to the baseline, and Suku, no good, rebounded by Nzekwe. Over to Capuno. Capuno directing traffic. To Laurel, loses his footing temporarily. Now finds Nzekwe inside, there he go. Oh, and he missed the wide open layup. And Boda's there too. Mboda going up, and a foul is called. Well done there by Mboda. But I like that find from Laurel into Nzekwe. I like to see Nzekwe hanging out in that area. He has great size, like I mentioned before. Mboda hits the free throw. 41-70 here. There's Lassonde, guarded by Sarmiento. Nice hop step there from Lassonde, and a tasty teardrop. Looking real nice on our screen here for us. I'm sure it looked great for you guys as well. Tough finish by Lassonde. A little bit of a wild shot from Laurel. He hits the deck hard. You can see him rubbing his eyes just a tad. drives, and Zekwe running out of time on the shot clock. He's stuck in the key. Yeah, I was waiting for that call. 5-second call against Zekwe. He was posted up there without making a move. Here's Fedorchuk. No good. Oh, and a rip there. Sarmiento kind of throwing Tom Lee to the floor. Somehow it ends up the ball of Les Rouges. So maybe a little bit of frustration being shown by Sarmiento. Tom Lee off that. And he can't believe it. He thought he saved that one. He's going to earn himself an offensive possession for his team. Officials making sure the clock is set well. Press is back on for the Blazers here. 2:41 left in the third. The Rouges are in bonus. Sarmiento out to Laurel. Good closeout by Lassonde. And a nice finish by Laurel. Here's Lassonde. Drives. Nice tough finish from Tomerly. As he got the find and the feed from Nseku. And he scores the layup over Nzekwe. No, my apologies, Gibbons. Sarmiento and Capuno weaving at the top of the three-point line. Capuno now attacking. Mboda guarded by Nseku. Down to Gibbons. Nice find by Mboda and a tough finish from Gibbons. Pace is picked up here once again. Not a lot of foul calls, not a lot of turnovers, but up and down action. Two-point jump shot, no good. Well contested by Gibbons. He's running the floor, so Sarmiento doesn't see him. Capuno moves it up. Love to see Gibbons get down inside that key. Keep filling it up with guards, and that's not the place you want to be, and a foul is called, and that will send Laurel to the free throw line. Check back in, as well as Alexis Lachance. And a travel called against Lassonde. Capuno finds a nice cutting Lachance, and a foul called against Nseku as Lachance hesitated and got two men in the air. We'll have an opportunity to earn 2 points at the free throw line here. This is the first. Good on the three-point attempt is Nseku. Capuno driving, guarded by Nseku. Capuno jumps it off for Lachance. No good. 56 seconds remaining in the third. Laurel gets a long rebound. Three-point shot. Laurel, hello. Laurel's put himself together a nice little third quarter here. Scored a couple of baskets here in this third, playing well. Nice bright spot, and the lead is only 23. Tall task, but only 23 between the two teams, and the biggest lead was upwards of 35. So Les Rouges have kind of cut into it by 12. So, you know, some positive momentum here. If they can get a stop to finish the quarter as well as a score, who knows, we can have ourselves maybe just a 19-point game. Off-balance shot, and they're going to wave that one off. Cameron. Protesting, thinking that the last shot hit the rim before, so there shouldn't have been a shot clock violation. Capuno, and one. Tristan, Jace, Capuno with the and one. TJ Capuno, as he goes by, has the opportunity to cut this lead by 20. So what was once a 35-point lead has dwindled down to 20 points here on a successful make from Capuno, and a very positive third quarter from Les Rouges here this evening. And Capuno hits it, and his lead is now down to 20. Get a defensive stop here. They're moving around, playing a little bit of a zone. 2-point jump shot, no good. Full court heave. Doesn't get it off in time, but it doesn't go either way. So a nice quarter here by Les Rouges. They once trailed by 35 in this game. They now trail by only 20, 74-54. The Blazers lead. Université de Saint-Boniface. We'll be back after this break. We're back for the fourth quarter action to play. For the Blazers, out on the court we got Tugeta, Araya, we got Cameron, Castaneda. Catapon out there? Yes, we do. And Catapon. My producer's arguing with me, but I'm watching the screen. I can see number 6. Les Rouges have Kone, Lachance, nice feed inside for Cameron, scoring there. They have Kone, Lachance, Capuno, Laurel, and Gibbons on the floor. For this final frame, the start of the final frame. Kone to Capuno. Capuno drives inside, and he scores off the bank. So Capuno putting himself a nice little second half here as well. Working that drive and penetration. Trying to feed inside that baseline cutter. Bodies hit the floor, jump ball. Possession arrow points the way of Les Rouges. Capuno, guarding by Tugeda. Capuno hands it off to Laurel. Laurel's in attack mode against Tugeda. Contact to the head on the reach there from Tugeda. Step through from Laurel, and possession remains with Les Rouges, deflected off of Catapont. Haven't seen a lot of Fernandez tonight. Here's Gibbons, guarded by Cameron. Kicks it out to Capuno. Capuno's gonna have to put it up. Great hands. Should be 1 second on the shot clock. And turnover, Catapont attacking and scoring on the layup. Over to Kone. So it's a problem with those expiring shot clocks. You're trying to force something in, and you know your opponents can kind of be a little bit more sharky, as they like to say, and pounce on an opportunity if it's there. Chaos. Foul called against Laurel. Kone guards Tugeda. Tugeda trying to evade him with the dribble. Mishandles it. Dishes it off to Araya. Araya's posting up her. Here's Gibbons. Out of bounds on Les Rouges. Here's Cameron. And he blows by Gibbons and scores for 2. So Blazers eclipse the 80-point mark here with 8 minutes left in the fourth. They were on pace for 128 after the first. Definitely slowed down on the offensive end, but they've seemed to pick it up here in the fourth. And the layup opportunity is good for Castaneda. Kone over to Laurel. Slight press here from the Blazers. Lead, however, has ballooned back to 26. So favor is 6 points here for the Blazers in the fourth quarter. Kone takes the three. It's no good. Cameron rebounds. Gibbons is fighting for it, but his feet out of bounds. Tip of his toes. He's guarded by Capuno. 3-point attempt. And that's wet. What a shot from Castaneda. That was nothing but net. Great shot there on the open 3-point opportunity. 5-on-5 here. Now Capuno is guarded by 5, Castaneda. And Boda, shot clock beginning to expire, only 6 remaining. And Boda, guarded by Castaneda, dribbles it right into Araya's feet. Araya is going to have an opportunity if he doesn't fumble it, and he is able to score. So 87 points now for the Blazers, who look well on pace to break triple digits here tonight. Gibbons down to Boda. Back to Gibbons, nice find. And a nice turnaround. That's good offensive play there from Les Rouges. Gibbons able to make the entry pass down to the low post and then cut towards the basket. And Boda's able to find Gibbons with the smaller defender guarding him, and Gibbons has that nice touch. So nice find and nice play there by Boda and Gibbons. And Cameron, my apologies, not Cameron. Jump shot no good, and Zekwe rebound. Oh, Laurel makes him drop. Dishes it out. Capuno for three. No good, and Zekwe, no good. But Laurel had himself a nice little crossover that had Dugueda on skates. Araya across the timeline, mid-range jumper, and that's clean. 91 points here, 89 points for the Blazers. 5 minutes remaining in this game. Laurel using the screen set by Nzekwe. Over to Mboda. Mboda, step back jumper is no good. Gibbons, nice rebound. Gibbons gets it up, 2-pointer, and one. Tristan Gibbons with the tough finish. He just has so much size over these guys down low right now. It's nothing against the Blazers, right? And nothing against in particular Tomberly and Wilms, but they just don't have the size to compete with Gibbons in his frame. The lead is still 29. And Zekwe rebounds that one. Bodies hit the floor. Ends up in the hands of Tomberly, who dishes it out to Casteda. 3-point opportunities, no good for Wilms. Laurel trying to dribble his way out of trouble. Over to Mboda. Mboda's going to take that jump shot. That's no good. Rebounded by Gibbons. Over to Sarmiento. Sarmiento for three is no good. And Zekwe and Gibbons still fighting hard for every offensive rebound. Down the court. 2-point jump shot is good from Tomberly. More of a 2-point push layup as he was able to establish position and score. Laurel. Across the timeline, and attempting to block it was Mboda, but he is unsuccessful as Catapon scores. So 93-60, back to 33-point lead for the Blazers. And Zekwe drives, and a good rip there from Tomberly. Good defensive play despite being undersized. Gets those hands, nice rip around. No foul called there. And Mboda tries to save it, but it's out of bounds. And it's timeout by Les Rouges. Blazers lead by 33.
Test me, I'm the greatest of them all. Come on. This the anthem for everybody who know that they was born to be a fighter. 100%, nothing less. Let's go. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. 'Cause I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. That's who I am. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. 'Cause I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. Yeah, I'm a warrior.
Classic reference to LeBron. If you've never seen it, LeBron, when they were in the bubble during COVID, they were coming out of a timeout and LeBron's on the bench. You can hear him say, "It ain't our ball. It ain't our ball." And he starts freaking out, "It ain't our ball." And one of the Blazers players just recreated that. That was pretty funny. We'll have to clip that and compare it to LeBron. A little bit of joy here tonight. 93-60 for the Blazers. 3-point jump shot is no good. Shot clock inadvertently goes off because that definitely hit the rim. Rebounded by Nzekwe. There's Manello. Jumps it off to Sarmiento, who is named after LeBron. I'm only assuming his name is LeBron. And Manello drives inside, pivots. No good on that one. A foul called off the shot. As Fedorchuk and Lachance were fighting for the rebound, Fedorchuk got a little handsy and displaced Lachance off of his spot. Here's Sarmiento. Dishes out to Nzekwe along the perimeter. Nzekwe is trying to drive past Tomberly, but that's a hard task to do. But Nzekwe makes work of Tomberly there and scores 2. Interesting call there. Here's Sarmiento, 2:36 remaining. Manello trying to post up Dugatti. 2 smallest guys on the court going at it in the post. I like to see it. Lachance misses the push shot. Tugeta, is he going to post up Manello? That would be fun to see too. Instead, he'll move the ball around like the point guard that he is. Tomberly attacks Lachance. Good help defense from Nzekwe getting the block. Laurel dishes it off to Sarmiento, and a tough finish for Sarmiento, and 1, as he scooped and scored underneath the basket and finished through the contact. So you'll have an opportunity here for a 3-point play. Is LeBron Sarmiento. Sarmiento's put together a decent little game here, and he's up to 12 points now. 2 rebounds, a steal, no turnovers on 5 of 10 shooting, so a relatively good game for Sarmiento. And the officials, I think they think they get paid by the minute. They're extending the game here. Lots of whistles here at the end of the 4th quarter. Tiki-taki, maybe. Again, I digress. These are the best officials in Manitoba. They're phenomenal. They do a great job. Without them, there's no game of basketball, so we must appreciate the officials, and another foul is called. And maybe Les Rouges are trying to get the Blazers to the line here. Down 28. Play the free throw game, extend the game a little bit. I can only analyze. But they seem to have pulled off that strategy. Here's Tugeta, guarded by Manello. He'll take him down low. Speedy Tugeta tries the reverse. Can't score that one. Over to Manello. Manello drives by Tugeta. He tries to scoop. And another foul call. Timeout called by Les Rouges. 93-65. Manello will be at the free throw line here. 2 shots. Successful on the first. That's the second. Tom Burley inside. Manello able to pull the chair out and knock it off of Tom Burley. And the Rouges will have possession. A foul called. And 2 shots here for Manello. And Manello hits the first free throw. And he hits the second. And a foul called against Nzekwe. Scores 93-69 with 1:01 left in the game. Apologies for the audio there. Language. Here's Tugueda, guarded by Sarmiento. Pushes it off to Goring, guarded by Morel. Ball is knocked out of bounds and an errant pass, and the Rouges will gain possession. 46 seconds. Manello attacking and scoring against Tugueda. Tugueda mishandled it. Sarmiento goes for the steal. Tugueda a little unhappy with that one, considering the time remaining in the score. Don't really blame him, to be honest. Never feels good to get one into the side of the head off of a shoulder. But he's earned himself 2 shots at the free throw line. He hits the first. It's his first point of the game. I'm looking at it. It's his second point of the game. My statistician is giving me crap and saying it's not his first. It is his. That was his second point, his first 2 points of the game. It's tough out here in the Red River Streams broadcast booth sometimes when you got to deal with the producer who thinks he's always right when he's often wrong. In a fight for the ball, Sarmiento and Tugueda are going at it. Tugueda not too impressed with that. Shoving Sarmiento. And yeah, we're going to get a foul on Tugueda. You can see that one coming. And sportsmanlike conduct foul called, so we're just going to extend this game even more, despite it being 95-76. 13.3 seconds remaining here. Sarmiento will have 2 free throw opportunities off of the push from Tugueda. Sarmiento hits the first. Goes 1 for 2 there is Sarmiento. Manello still looking to attack. Step back 3 is no good. Rebounded by Goring. The Rouges are trying to foul, but the refs won't call it. And the Blazers take the 2-game set against les Rouges de USB.
CMU Blazers 95.
They're still winless in conference play, are les Rouges after 2 games here. The Blazers
We would like to invite both teams to line up in center court.
are looking good this season in conference play. They have defeated both the Providence Pilots and les Rouges de USB and now have a 4-0 record on the season, so a good start for them this evening. A lot of the scoring, again, like last night, well distributed across the board. Field goal percentage from beyond the arc definitely dropped off there in the second half, but you know, there may have been some issues in terms of intensity, especially as you start the game off 32-6. Leading scorer for the Blazers was Catapon with 21, and Daniel Cameron himself had 10 rebounds and also followed that up with 10 points, so a nice double-double for Cameron here today. Didn't see much of Fernandez, the hot shooter, last night. And for les Rouges, leading the way in scoring was Morel, who shot 6 of 13 for 20 points. And now we'll wait for the players of the game announced by
Today's
the announcer.
NCAC player of the game for the visiting Blazers is number 6, Lance Catapon.
And that makes sense. Catapon scored 21 for the Blazers on an efficient 9 of 12 shooting. 3 of 6 from the free throw line with 3 rebounds and 1 steal.
Et votre joueur du match MCAC pour les Rouges de l'USB est le numéro 6, LeBron Sarmiento.
And LeBron Sarmiento earns the honors for player of the game. 3 of 5 shooting here today. 8 total points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And Sarmiento and Catapon will take a picture here. But thank you very much for joining us here today. It was a pleasure to live stream these games with you guys tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did like the contract, subscribe and like the video. Subscribe to the YouTube page so you never miss a moment of action. And before the break remaining in the season, as you hear, games on the 5th of December against the Providence Pilots here at the University of Saint-Boniface. My name is Noah. Thank you very much for joining us here today. Have a good rest of your day.